Good deal, brother. We'll get you up.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. We got a special guest again with us, Mr. Larry Vickers himself. Today we're taking a look at the BCM Gunfighter 1911, which is a collaboration between Bravo Company and Wilson Combat. Larry, if you could you take us through some of the things that make this gun different than other offerings out there?
Well, it started a while back. I'm glad to be involved with both companies, and we were kind of a little bit of a go-between between them. Paul asked me, as well as some of the other guys on board with Wilson Combat that you know, like Anthony, about some features to have a gun built. Mm-hmm. And here's the reality of a 1911. It's not like a lot of other guns. If you want a gun built to this level, it is going to cost real money. It's just that simple. In this day and age, hand labor to build a gun to the quality of a Wilson Combat is not cheap. Right. And anybody tells you anything different is frankly smoking crack. This particular pistol, he wanted to kind of keep an eye on the price of it and try to keep it down on the lower end of the spectrum. As we know, Wilson makes some super grades and some other guns that are very expensive. So we looked at a few things like the X-Tac, which doesn't require quite the machine time or the hand labor that checkering does. And he kind of kept it a little bit more of a no-frills gun. That being said, it's still a very expensive pistol. Now, I can tell you from personal experience on this, and I built custom 1911s for a number of years. I still shoot them on a regular basis. Once you get used to a custom 1911, and you know where I'm going here, you're spoiled. To somehow think that you're going to be able to go pick up a Glock or in particular another 1911 and be happy with it right out of the box is not going to happen. So quality costs and the fact that they're backlogged for years and they have thousands of pistols to build kind of speaks for itself.
It does. And like you're saying, certainly they're not cheap, but they do have a backlog, so that certainly backs it up. I had a Wilson Combat, as some of you guys know, 1911 a few years ago, and sold it, and I shouldn't have, and it's one of those guns you're always kicking yourself in the ass for selling. And certainly this one's got some much better features than the one I used to have, but the checkering here up on the top, like you said, it may be a little bit, more simple machining wise, but certainly is going to be very effective. It has the Wilson sights that we talked about before here. Great sights. The U-notch on the rear really draws your eye right through it to that front sight for quick sight acquisition. And I mean, really, I like a more aggressive gun, like we've talked about here before, and it definitely sticks to your hand for sure when you pick it up.
Absolutely. And the grips were made specifically for that feature too.
They certainly got it right, because it does. As soon as you pick it up and you feel it, it really does give you a little bite into your hand, which it's not going to slip if you're sweaty like we are out here today. It's pretty hot out here, and it really feels nice and solid in the hand for sure.
Well, people point out the fact that most Bravo Company offerings are relatively inexpensive, and that's true, but they're not hand-built custom 1911s. That's a game changer. It's the difference between buying a sports car off the lot or buying a custom sports car that's had hundreds of hours of labor put into it. They're going to be at two completely different price points. Same thing here. You're talking about dozens of hours of hand labor. There's some skilled labor that went into building this, and that's not cheap, especially in this day and age.
Yeah, I mean, I agree 100%. But it's got everything you expect from Wilson Combat in terms of performance quality, and obviously, Bravo Company is known for that as well, and it's going to come in at a pretty reasonable price point, considering, like you said, that it's made
what it is
by Wilson Combat. So I really like the new magwell Wilson Combat's using. I haven't actually shown that here on the channel, but we're rolling some footage here so you guys can get a look at it. Really smooth setup there, definitely aids in the reloads, and it's got a lot of other great features. Obviously, a light rail. Those of you guys that want to mount it and use it for defensive use. Got really a lot of nice features about it. Anything else you wanted to touch on?
Custom 1911s are not for everybody.
No.
I mean, they're really not. It's the same guy that looking for the Rolex or the Ferrari or the Mercedes, the high-end products. That's who it's marketed to. There's a lot of people like that. It becomes almost kind of a status symbol to own one.
Sure.
But if you're interested in a nice 1911, check out the BCM Gunfighter 1911 from Wilson Combat.
Agreed. That's really about all I had to say about it. If you guys haven't subscribed yet to Larry Vickers' channel, there's going to be a link right here in the video you guys can click on, go over and check it out. This guy does awesome stuff, awesome film quality, and obviously the guns that he's featuring are just some of the best out there on planet Earth. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to post below in the comments section. And like I said, check out Larry's channel.
Thanks. Appreciate it, brother.